everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today I'm going to be talking about the Silicon Valley Bank that crashed um, uh, yesterday, a day or so ago. And oh yeah, that's a lot to unpack here. So before we get started, guys, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. You know it. I want the love. I want the traffic, and I want to say a special thank you to my uh, new subscribers, also to my current subscribers. Thank you for the share, the likes. I appreciate the comments. Um, Thank you guys. My viewers on my Rumble, on my BitChute, and my YouTube channels. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and thank you. Very grateful. Very grateful for that. Yes, so for those interested, I am going to be using today the Wiser Tarot deck. And so yes, a couple of days ago, we got news that the Spring Valley Bank, I forgot its name. I forgot its name, but I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna comment. Um, it it crashed, and it seems that a few days before the crash, those top executive and the CEO, they were selling shares like crazy. Um, And it seems that now it looks like there's other banks that may be next in line to getting into a crash, like Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, um, Wells Fargo, and am I missing anybody? But that's it for now. But I mean, we've seen the glitches in the systems. Like I remember not long ago, Wells Fargo was doing less than desired activities, quote unquote. They were not being up and up with their way they were dealing with people's accounts and people's money, and they got fined for it, if I remember. I'm sure there's more to the details, but I'm just like paraphrasing. And I know Bank of America, at one point, people were not able to get their cash out of the ATM machine. So we've been seeing glitch in the system for a while. And to my understanding, that Spring Valley Bank, they were very heavy into the tech industry. And now I heard on Telegram, or I don't remember the channel, that uh, Etsy, who is like a arts and craft selling website, they said that they use this bank and that there might be delays in people's shipping and transaction to go on. So there's a lot to unpack here. Now, the latest rumor that I've heard, and I don't know if it's true, I've heard that Elon Musk offered to buy the bank, so to bail it out from this bad situation. Now, if you've been long enough around on this planet, if you were there during the 2008, it feels like it's the same thing that's happening again. And in a way, it is. It's the same banking. Before, the government bailed out those companies, but they never addressed the core of the issue, if we really look at it. And now the same thing is coming back. Now, I know, long intro, but the first question that I have is, what caused the bank crash? For the Silicon Valley, because we all know that all those banks are centralized. They're controlled by the Fed. So if one bank falls, we can safely assume that all the bank is gonna fall as well, because it is a centralized system. So they all depend on one another to survive. So now that this big bank has gone under, I want to assume that maybe other banks is gonna come crashing down. So let's see what the cards wants to say about what caused the bank crash for the Silicon Valley, at the Silicon Valley Bank. I'm very curious to see, or to hear what the cards have to say about this, because I'm sure you know, you can give different reason, inflation, and other countries no longer using the fiat system. I mean, there's so many reasons to go well, but I'm curious to see what the cards wants to share. What's the cause? What caused the bank in Silicon Valley to crash? First card is the Hangman. Second card is the Seven of Swords. Six of Cups in the past. Put this down a little bit so you have a better view. A Page of Cups in the present. And Queen of Cups as potential outcome. Page of Pentacles. Clarification. And the Hierophant as clarification. What caused the bank at Silicon Valley Bank to collapse, to crash? It's so interesting. So the first, the first card is the Hangman. So the Hangman is looking at things in a different perspective. So are you saying there's maybe it was not the right question, or maybe we need to look at the financial system in a different angle or in a different way, because this was a control demolition, or it was a manipulated situation that caused that bank to crash, because there was some manipulation involved. And because the seven of sword, you can see it's this guy who's trying to get away from this camp, stealing swords, and he purposefully left two swords just to show that he was there. He came in broad daylight, he stole their stuff, and he got away. And this was the signature move to let them know that I came, I took what I wanted, and I left those cards as those two swords as a calling card to let them know, that camp, whoever's in that camp, that I took those swords. So this is basically what happened. There's a group of people that purposefully manipulated to push the crash, to have the crash occur. Now in the past, with that Six of Cups, that tells me that if you've been, it's a card of sharing. It's a kind card, but it feels like as if if you've been paying attention to what's been going on for the last few years, pandemic and all, and following the 17th letter of the alphabet, a lot of people were prepared. A lot of people, because that information being shared across the board, across different social media. So if you've been following and paying attention, that sharing card says that a lot of people were kind of, sort of, had an understanding that it might happen. However, when it happened with that Page of Cups current situation, a lot of people were so surprised, because it's one thing to hear something that, oh yeah, that things are going to crash left and right, but it's another thing to see it occur. I mean, yes, I was prepared as well, but I was still, it felt like it came out of nowhere. So that surprise card, because the Page of Cups is a message. It's a card of a message. It's a card of a messenger. It's a card of it also represents pivot. It also means surprise, because who would expect to see a fish coming out of a cup? It's not something that you would expect. It's a surprise. So it came out of nowhere. I don't think a lot of people, even though we understood it intellectually, but on an emotional level, I don't think we thought it would have occurred that way. So that Page of Cups, surprise from all front, whether you were knowledgeable or not, it really caught people by surprise. In the Queen of Cups, it says that everybody on an emotional level, on a subconscious level, are now concerned about their money, because even if you don't bank with Silicon Valley or Bank of America or Wells Fargo or JP Morgan, I think on a subconscious level, everybody knows it's a central bank, or all the banks are connected, and that there are going to be some ripple that's going to affect everybody else. So there's a lot of concern there, and that's the outcome, concern. And I am saying that more than ever, people are really paying attention to their finances, to their money, especially to their banking, because again, page is a message. So it's as if, they really want us to pay attention to what's happening to the money system. And they really want us to pay attention to, with that Hierophant, because for me, the Hierophant could be a beautiful card. It could be a card of our organized institution, religion, and so that. But in this particular sense, it means the bad guy. So now people are really paying attention to what those bad guys have been doing to those institutions, those policies that they have. We are now, a lot of people now realize that the Federal Reserve Bank is not federal, and there's no reserve, that it really belongs to, it's a private company that belongs to a group of people. So now more than ever, a lot of people are looking, paying attention, and doing research about what's been happening in the banking industry. And a lot of people are concerned for themselves, for their livelihood. And the fact that, again, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, is the queen that shows up. So they might not be voicing it verbally, but in a very subconscious, people are like feeling a little shaky. So that's in a big way. So that's the thing. So the cause, manipulation. Somebody went out of their way to crash that bank. So then the next question is, who is behind that bank crash that caused the Silicon Valley Bank to go down? So is it the good guy? Is it the bad guy? Is it a controlled demolition? So what's going on there? So let's ask, which group is behind the bank crash that occurred in Silicon Valley Bank the other day? Which group of people? Is it the good guy or the bad guy? Which group of people are responsible for the bank crash that occurred in Silicon Valley the other day? The Fortune, to answer the question. The Hermit, situation, the Ten of Swords in the past, the Three of Cups in the present, and then the Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacle as potential outcome, and then Four of Cups as clarification, and Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles as clarification, and Nine of Wands as further clarification. Oh, wow. So who are the people behind the crash? So that is such an interesting answer that I'm getting from the cards. So the Wheel of Fortune is sudden change, but what came jumping at me is their luck has run out. The luck, their luck has run out. So it looks like with that Wheel of Fortune, because it could be uh, the Wheel of Fortune. The wheels can be a change of luck for the good. It could be a change of luck for the worse. And this is obviously a change of luck for the worse, because for further for the situation, the Hermit card shows up. So that tells me that for a very long time, the financial system in general have been going away, like walking away from anything natural, from walking away from civilization. I mean, it's just been wandering, wandering in the wilderness. It lost its way completely. So it's such an interesting that's the card that showed up, the Hermit. And again, two major arcana. So the luck has run out. So there's no turning back. It's happening right now. It's crashing right before our eyes. Right? The Hermit is like meaning that this system has not only run its course, that system have left civilization behind. It's just like running. No semblance to what it was intended for. And you see this gentleman, he left everything behind, and he's just like in the wilderness seeking answer. So that it's as if the bank system have no purpose whatsoever. It outlived its usefulness because it's just wandering in the wilderness, with no prayer in sight and no answer in sight. So that's what's coming through. It's so weird. I've never got that I never got that definition from the cards before, but this is what's coming through. That, it left civilization behind and it's not serving its purpose. It's just like wandering off in the wilderness, like a zombie. This is so weird. So this is what the banking system is doing right now. So it looks like for a very long time, so in the past, Ten of Swords, you can see this. It's no need to explain. That system, the banking system, have died a long time ago. The fiat, federal, whatever, central bank, whatever you want to call it, has died a very long time. So I'm guessing it was either on a coma or it has been on suspended animation for a while. But we're starting to see, the shock wave or the ripple coming through now. So that Three of Cups, so that's interesting. Usually the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. So you see those three ladies, harvest was plentiful, and they are celebrating the harvest. They're celebrating this this moment. So that tells me that people that knows the truth, people that's been following the 17 letter of the alphabet, have been doing research about the financial system, know that it's a sham, that it's not backed by anything. It's just money running amok, really. It's not anchored by anything. So now people who knows the truth are happy, rejoice, even though it's a lot of uncertainty around it. But people who knows are celebrating this moment because it means the end of that fiat, whatever you want to call it. And potential outcome. So it's not giving me a who. That's so interesting. It just said that this system has run out of luck. So the potential outcome is that to focus on building up your money system, on building up the economy, building up your resources. So that's the outcome that comes about. The Eight of Pentacles. Anything Pentacle is something that's tangible. It's something that's real. Asset, resources. So in this particular situation, we're talking about money. So we need something physical. We need something that's earthly, that's bound. So this most likely means gold, silver, copper, platinum, and all that, the above. So obviously they want us, the card is outcome suggesting that we need to focus on working on building a money system that is anchored with something tangible, something real. Really work at it so you can build out your economy, rebuild the banking system. So wow. So the advice is, trying to be frugal, try to conserve, maybe have some money in cash, or try to have some goods, some stuff in the house, because things might get a little bit uncomfortable for the next, you know, for the next foreseeable future. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but the card is advising to keep either some money close at hand, some cash around, or to have enough food, whatever you need, the essentials. Have what you need handy, because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be trying because of that nine of nine of wands. So one is about inspiration. It's about, but 9 means you're close to the end, because 10 is the ending. So 10 is that you're just gonna have to hold on a few have to be persevering. You have to hold on. Things are gonna get hard. You can, but um, it's not gonna be for long. Why? Because it's a minor arcana. Minor arcana is usually weeks, days, uh, 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 months, but it's not years. So that's the saving grace that's giving me hope, actually. So it's going to be a temporary thing where people are going to be uncomfortable. It's interesting that the card is not saying who. It's as if that system's been a bad system for a very long time. Its luck ran out because the system itself was not serving the people, because it ran away from its initial purpose, or it's just like a wild zone. It's a zombie wandering around and, not being productive. Dead thing, dead man walking, basically. So that's interesting. So now, okay, so now that we know that it's not a particular group that caused it, was just, it ran out of its luck. The system was a dying system anyway. I guess we want to ask, how is the banking industry? How is the banking system or the banking industry is going to look like in the next 6 months? Because, now that we know this big domino has fallen, I'm sure there's going to be some ripple that's going to affect the economy at any given moment now. So let's see what the cards wants to share about that. How is the banking industry is going to look like? How is the banking industry is going to look like in the next 6 months? So between now and September-ish, how is the banking industry is going to look like between now and the next 6 months? Interesting. The Hermit came up again. The Three of Cups again. Page of Swords in the past. So the cards really wants to pay attention here. Gonna have to honor that. Six of Swords, present. Knight of Cups, potential outcome. The Magician as clarification. And the Five of Wands as clarification. So how is the banking system going to look like in the next Interesting. So the first card again that shows up is the Hermit. So the Hermit represents the banking system that basically left civilization, left comfort behind, and left anything normal. It's just, walking in the wilderness, lost, and no longer serving its purpose. So again, this work now represent the financial system. It's basically lost. Basically, not providing. It's no longer useful. It's lost. It's not coming back. It's already left. So people who understand that, with that Three of Cups, people who understand that information are rejoicing, especially people who've been following the 17 letter of the alphabet, because that information has been around, that we will come a day where everything is going to be turning, change is coming ahead. So the people who knows what that means are rejoicing, because we know that this is the beginning of something new, something great, something better. Now, Page of Swords. Page of Swords. All page is it's a message, and swords is thoughts, words, information. And when that information comes out, it's not great news. It's not pretty. And I think anybody who has done research, who have been keeping their finger on the pulse of what's been happening, and plenty of YouTubers like Economic Ninja, Epic Economist, Real Estate Mindset, Minority, the Minority Mindset or Report. I mean, all of these YouTubers, they have been talking about sounding the alarm bell about, things not looking great in the financial system, things not looking great in different type of industries. So the information's been out there. The message has been out there. And also to prepare people. So this is the Page of Swords. Again, it's a message. So the message has been out there for a while. So to prepare people. So now, current situation. This is the Six of Swords. At this point right now, everybody has lost faith in the financial system, because they're moving away. They're moving away from the banking system, because intellectually, spiritually, mentally, they know that the banking system is no longer serving its purpose, because now people are just want to go away from it. They want to go. They want to go to some place where the money system serves the people, where there's unity, where there's togetherness, where there's comfort and happiness. So right now, everybody's turning away from the financial system. Everybody's moving away from it. Everybody now understand, even if they're not verbally putting it out there, they understand that the financial system, the banking system, is no longer serving its purpose. So they want to move away from it. They already separate themselves. Those bank runs is a telltale sign, because they're losing faith in the banks itself. Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is telling me that for the next 6 months, we're going to be moving, change, because the Knight of Cups is change. Knights are movement, and Cups is emotional. So what drives that Knight is emotion. So right now, everybody for the next 6 months is going to be very emotional about their finances, and for the next 5 months, it's going to be more conflict. It's going to be more scary events. It's going to be more bad news, because the Five of Wands. One is fire, passion, but 5 is also conflict. For the next 5 months, for the next 6 months, it's not going to look good, because we're basically going to move toward more conflicts for the next 6 months, more instability, more scary events. in the next 6 months pertaining to the banking system. It's not going to be stable anytime soon. And then the only thing, and that magician is basically saying that for the next few months, we're going to be focusing, like, we're going to be more than ever looking in a magnifying glass the banking industry, like more than ever. What's coming to mind is focus. Now, usually the magician is about communication. It's about it could be it's ruled by Mercury. It could be about a trickster. It could be about manifesting. And I think all of those can apply, because that not only means that there could be a lot of trickery that's going to happen, that's going to cause a lot of conflict, it's going to be a lot of misinformation. You know, they're not going to be telling you the truth, certainly not on the news, what's going to be happening. So there's going to be a lot of theater around, because this card could be a card about manipulative, being a magician, you know, casting a spell. I'm guessing the media is going to try to spin it as much as possible to avoid, to keep the illusion that everything is okay. But I think a lot of people are not going to see that. I'm going to take 2 more cards. Oh, interesting. So 2 more cards. I took the 2 cards came up for clarification, is the Empress and the Knight of Swords. So yes, things are not going to look pretty for the next 6 months. However, if we can hang in there, things will get better, because the Empress card is a card of comfort. It's a card of luxury. And the Knight of Sword, so sword is about truth, word, information. So usually comfort is a good thing. So maybe we'll find another alternative. But here it also means for the next 6 months, you may have to even more information is going to come out in a big way, because the Empress magnify everything. So as it's going to magnify information in a very big way. So not only there's going to be a lot of trickery and a lot of conflict, the media is going to try to spin things, and then there's going to be a lot of conflict, a lot of information, a lot of fighting, because a lot of people are not going to be happy. Inner conflict, outer conflict, it's going to get ugly. And it looks like more information is coming out in a very big way to amplify things even further toward the negative. And, oh wow. Until, I guess, a new system comes along, the Fool. The Fool. Because I guess after those 6 months or so, I think people are going to be so disappointed that they're going to seek a new financial. So I wonder, is it when they're going to introduce the silver and gold or Bitcoin? But however, they're going to have to. The Fool tells me it's going to be a new beginning, a new system or new something that's going to come in to help and swoop. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. So since things are going to get even dicier for the next few months, what advice does the card has to share for people about their banking? What advice does the universe has to share about the banking? What advice does the universe wants to share about, about the banking system? or how to protect their money or their 401k and everything in between. What advice does the universe have for the people? First card is the Magician. Oh wow. The Empress. The Seven of Cups. Strength card. The Nine of Pentacles, the Sun card, and the Queen of Swords. So the advice is to focus your intention, and also there's going to be a lot of trickery along the way, but if you can stay focused and stay in a high vibration and believe that everything that the universe will provide, because the Empress is about, you know, Mother Nature always provide. Mother Nature is abundant, and it's as if to say that the universe is going to provide for you. Yes, a lot of people are going to be disappointed, going to be scared, frustrated, and they're going to leave behind. They're going to want to leave behind that system that's dying. So in the meanwhile, the advice is to stay strong, persevere, and not give in to despair. Basically, stay strong, because the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a card of sovereignty, a card of financial independence, financial freedom. So clearly there's a system, there's a new system that's coming. Now the Sun card tells me that that system is either about by gold, or it's going to be a system that's way better. Because the Sun is a beautiful card. It warms you. It provides clarity. It provides contentment. So it's as if to say that whatever new system is going to be a good system for all, because the sun shines everywhere. I know it's corny, but it's true though. So whatever so it basically you're just gonna have to stay in your knowing with that Queen of Swords. You're gonna have to. This is when, you know, you have to stay strong, really, not only strong, you know, physically and persevere, but really mentally, spiritually. You're gonna have to stay in your knowing. You're gonna have to have faith in the universe with that with that Empress, and that Queen of Swords is that you're really gonna have to really know yourself on a subconscious level. Have this unwavering sense that everything's gonna be okay, because the Queen of Swords is kind of like the little sister of the Justice card. That, you know, justice always come true, that the truth always prevail. But in this sense, I mean, all that can apply for here, but also it means, you know, to really stay in your knowing, subconsciously, not wavering from what's going on. So that's the advice from the universe. Wow, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's gonna be rough for the next few months. However, if we can stay in a positive vibration and have faith in the universe, we will come wealthy, sovereign, comfortable on the other side. So that's a beautiful card, because so far all of those were major arcana. So it is going to happen. The comfort is coming. We just have to, it's just like a temporary situation. This is now more than ever, you're going to have to put in your armor of God if you believe that there is a God. Wow. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. Wow. Please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Stay strong, and I'll see you on the other one. Bye.